Hey, just wanted to give you guys a quick recap showing you the front end of the 2025 Lincoln Navigator right next to a 2024 Lincoln Navigator. We just did a deep dive on the interior, exterior, ride review, everything in a prior video. I'll put a link down below, but I at least want to kind of show you guys both of these right next to each other, and you can see a lot of differences. Obviously, the front fascia is different, the mirrors are different, the badging's different, the wheels are different. There's a lot of difference in these things. So if you want to decide, do you want a 25? Do you want a 24? At least you can kind of see right next to each other what these look like and differences from the exterior. Even the rear is completely different. The liftgate, this is the traditional liftgate that's been on the back of the Expedition and Navigator for 20 years. And this is the all new split gate design, which is like a Range Rover. Very, very cool. You can kind of see the bottom stays in place if you so choose, or you can hit the button and the bottom drops. There's a lot of advantages and disadvantages of either of these, and I've talked about this on the last video, so if you want to see this, but one of the clearances you can see is opening in your garage. The new design would not take as much room to open up, which I kind of dig. And then plus, you just hit the one button, and they both close just as simple as the older design with the exact same button with one going down. Hey guys, Barry at CTech-review. We're going to do our second video now on the 2025 Lincoln Navigator Black Label, but this will be the ride and drive review. Let's get into this. So today we're going to do a quick little trip and we're going to see how does the performance, how does the transmission, how does the powertrain, and how does this thing ride compared to the outgoing model. Let's jump into this beautiful 2025 Lincoln Black Label. First thing you notice is this incredible interior. Also wanted to touch on something that I missed in the first video. The Pro Steer Assist is here, as well as your integrated brake controller. So for those that want the premium towing experience with a full-size SUV, you still have that feature. We're going to set our air conditioning to 72 degrees auto. All the dash is set up really nicely for what we want to do in this video. We've got a self-dimming rear view mirror, nice panoramic sunroof. This one also does have the universal home remote, and if you notice, these controls look very similar to the outgoing. I appreciate that, but you notice this little button, auto air refresh. This refreshes the air inside. Pretty fancy. We're going to reset our tripometer for this drive today. We're going to set our drive mode up for conserve, just to see how we do for fuel economy. And let's do our journey. I think while I do this drive today, I'm going to do the massaging seats, and I'm going to put them on recovery. Get a nice massage. I always appreciate that. One of the things you notice, obviously, with the different shaped steering wheel is how comfortable is it when you're turning. That's the thing I always wonder. Does it feel odd not being round? And it's actually in a pretty, I don't really notice it. It doesn't bother me. And I like this more flat area across the top. It kind of gives me more ability where I don't have the arch in the hand, which is nice. A super cool feature that I very much appreciate. When your left turn signal is on, you've got a camera down the left side of the vehicle on the display. That is super neat. Now let's see what the right side looks like. And then it brings to the right side, so it puts it on that side of the screen. So right turn signal is the right side of the screen. Very cool. Let's see how the acceleration is on the Navigator getting on the highway. This has the CCD dampeners, which they've had for a while, but they have made some revisements to the tuning on the shocks for 2025, and it feels really good. I mean, this is one thing where I've been impressed with our Navigator is how smooth this thing goes down the road. And just like that, we're at 70 miles per hour. We're gonna set our cruise control now, and we're going to see how the Blue Cruise. Now, if we notice, it says hands-free. So we are hands-free driving. And from my experience, the Blue Cruise works really well. You could see I'm centered nicely going down the road. So fuel economy at 70 miles an hour going down the road right now at cruise control. We're hovering between 22 and 25 miles per gallon. Now we're going up a hill a little bit right now, so you saw it kind of go down, the instantaneous drop down to 20, but here we are in a flat again. We're 25, 27 miles per gallon right now. And you can kind of see, no one in front of me, we're not drafting, and we're staying at a consistent 22, 25 miles per gallon. So we're gonna get off the halfway point right now. So I'm gonna show you how Blue Cruise works when you wanna change lanes. Engage your turn signal, and you're gonna see it's engaging turning lanes. How cool is that? Turn signal off. Works really good, nice and smooth. If we wanna change lanes back, watch this. Since this preparing lane change, it won't allow me right now because there's a vehicle in my blind spot, but the vehicle just passed. Very slick. So the question on comfort going down the road at 70 miles an hour. Something I've noticed is the wind noise, road noise, just everything. I don't know how they took a vehicle that was already quiet, but it's even quieter. I don't know what they did, if they've changed the active noise canceling or changed the laminations on the glass or insulation. This thing is whisper quiet going down the highway. So right now the start stop is engaged. The engine is off. You can tell you got the little green light right there. I didn't even feel the engine shut off until I saw that green light. I'm like, all right, start stop is engaged. My massaging seats are still working. Air conditioning still working. Nothing has changed in the interior. It's a smooth process. Now I'm gonna let off the gas just a little bit so we could see what it feels like. Okay, just let off the brake a little bit, I mean, not the gas. Start stop is re-engaged and it is super smooth. I didn't notice any NVH or any jump of the vehicle. The start stop is super smooth. I'm impressed by that. I like when a start stop is very smooth, engagement and disengagement. And this is as expected, it's a Lincoln. It's really smooth. You wouldn't even notice. There we finished at 17.7 miles per gallon for this short little loop. Let's see what the sequence looks like when we get out of the vehicle. You got a nice chime inside. By the way, how nice is the stitching look? It just goes around the dash. Just looks really nice. And there's your exit scene. I'm not sure if you can pick it up, but it's like a mountain scene. Very cool. Another feature that I think is super cool about this new Navigator is you see these two buttons right here? This actually allows the shade on the panoramic roof for the passengers to close. So if they're like, man, I'm feeling too much sun coming through, I think that was a nice move. Also, check out the nice wood grain that kind of goes through the interior. It's a really nice premium touch. So what are my thoughts now after doing the interior, exterior, and the ride and drive review of the 2025 Lincoln Navigator? So the things I like that Lincoln kept the 3.5 high output EcoBoost because it's kind of tried and true. It's got great low end power. It's very smooth, good power delivery, and will get you good fuel economy. Like you can see, we almost got 18 miles per gallon in just a little city and highway loop, which I think is pretty good for a big 6,000 pound full-size SUV on 22-inch wheels. I like that they went digital on a lot of this stuff in the aspect of kind of cleaned up the interior and made it kind of simple in that regard. From a technology standpoint, the panoramic display I think looks really cool, and for the people that are tech savvy, they're gonna really love this thing. There's so much customization you can do in the widgets in the dash, and you got all these digital synths and just some of the things they added in the second and third row, like third row heated seats. Very cool. Seats are very comfortable. The massaging seats impressed me because we have massaging seats in our Navigator as well as in our 25 Ram 1500 RHO, and they work great. This is even a deeper back massage than our Navigator and RHO, so I welcome that. Seat comfort is great. The 24 Lincoln Navigator, the outgoing model, is phenomenal. We like that vehicle. It rides and drives great. But they took it up a level. It rides nicer. There's less wind noise. It feels more refined. The transmission feels smooth. And there's one thing I didn't expect. There's actually a different sound of the engine. It almost doesn't even sound like a 6-cylinder. It sounds like a V8. And I'm wondering if that is piped through the audio system or not. But it feels so authentic, you would actually believe it is the engine. Maybe they did make some intake changes to make the engine sound more throaty, and it worked. Overall, I would say that the new Navigator was a welcomed refreshed, and I think people are going to really appreciate some of this stuff, especially that rear split gate is super cool. The exterior looks beautiful on this thing. Nice job, Lincoln. For future video, guys, but this is what a reserve interior looks like. You're going to notice a little bit different coloring theme and some different finishing touches in the first, second, and third row. We will be doing a video on this shortly if you are interested. Kind of see the second row. And if you're wondering what the key fob looks like for 2025, standard key fob says Lincoln on the back. Obviously you've got lock, unlock, remote start, and the tailgate drop. If you're interested in this, I will put the contact information for Rich at Varsity Lincoln in Novi. He can help you out with a Lincoln or a Ford. If you do like the video, feel free to like and subscribe. Hey, I hope you enjoy this video of the 2025 Lincoln Navigator Black Label. We'll be doing some more reviews on the 2025 Lincoln Navigators, kind of comparing the different trims and what you get with them. Also, if you want to see more Lincoln content, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching.